Well, our next guest is someone we might know and we might like a little bit in Charlotte.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Number One, Mr. Bryce Young. And, Bryce, I just want to tell you, here we are at the Super Bowl media row or whatnot, or rows, and it's a zoo, right? I'm looking forward to it, and there's a lot of pressure. I'm about ready to tell you. I'm looking forward to when we're coming play in it.
Oh, yeah, we're
Bryce is our quarterback.
Super Bowl.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
And I just want to talk about just this season and how you ended. Bryce, I marvel at what you were able to do. I mean, it was tough. You had to sit, you had to watch, came back in and played. And I'm going to tell you, the last game of the season, I haven't seen you since then, but watching that game, I thought the game was slow motion in your mind, the way you played. You knew when you escaped, whatever you did, you were manipulating the defense with your arms and your eyes by certain things that you did, because you could see it from the booth. What was the difference? What slowed down the most for you, or was it just a confidence thing?
Honestly, I think it was just having time in the system. I wanted to do all that I could when I wasn't playing to try to play the game from the sideline on Sunday, still lock in throughout the meetings, throughout the week with meetings and everything. And I think it was just having more time, being in the same, obviously new staff. So, you get the training camp reps, you get the practice reps, but, the game reps is obviously, those are different. So just trying to do everything I can when I wasn't playing. Then when I did get back, just being able to build off of those reps, those opportunities of just embracing the system, making it my own. I think that was something that was really the thing for me.
What was your, take us through, like, the moment where Andy Dalton did come in and get those reps. And take us through, like, your week process. What was it like at home? What was it like on your car rides to the facility? Like, what about your process changed? Because obviously it was a huge moment, right?
Yeah.
And you came out of that like a whole new bird, you know what I'm saying? So take us through, like, your process.
Yeah, honestly, I think the biggest thing for me was to make sure that nothing changed. I wanted to make sure that that was like I just wanted to challenge myself in that time to be consistent, to have the same routine, to not, know I'm not starting, make sure that didn't dictate me watching any less film, me studying any less hard. And that was something that, honestly, I grew and I learned a lot about myself in that time of just being able to be consistent in my routine in the face of all that. And that was, again, I just wanted to have the same amount of intentionality, whether it was in the meeting room, it was in practice, even if it was scout team, whatever it was. And just, even though I wasn't going to see the reward in the time being, I wanted to just, as a challenge for myself, stick with that. And I'm proud of being able to do that. And I think that I definitely, again, just learned a lot about myself doing it.
Was there a game this year where during the course of the game, whatever it may be, you're like, okay, this is slow. I see, like, I know where I'm at. I'm home now. Was there a game, a moment at any time?
I have a game in mind.
Talk to me. What you thinking?
I want to hear from you first.
I know the game that I think that
I
saw.
I'm curious how everyone. Yeah,
okay, I'm going to go right away.
Go
I thought against Kansas City, I thought you were a different player because Chris Jones was going to eat you on a couple of plays that you couldn't, like, really and truly, you could not see where you were throwing the football. And you stood in there, you let it go, and he swallowed you up whole, and you completed the pass, anticipation, accuracy. And that, to me, was like, okay, this is it. I mean, this is it.
I appreciate that.
Mine's the Giants.
Okay.
In Germany.
Yeah.
And the utilization of your legs, like that right there, running the ball is all about rhythm.
I know this. I was very talented running the football in Carolina.
But more so as far as, like, the play calling, the structure, like the defense honing in on what you're doing. The moment that you take off running, it messes everything up, right? Because, like, oh, we have it on lock. Wait a minute. Now he's running for 15, 12 yards, right? And I think that element to your game is what provides, like, from just watching the progression, and also, too, just the running game for the Panthers in general with Chuba, right? The mentality. Like, nah, I'm gonna get this first down because you started seeing it game after game where it was like, oh, no, I got to use my legs. Let's go.
Yeah.
And you was running people over. Running people over for first downs. Like,
All right, so what was yours?
Yeah, I'll say Casey after the bye. I think it was just like for me, it was a time to reset. Obviously, it was like a bunch of things, obviously that had went up to that point, and being able to have like that week, a couple of days to reset. I think for me, I just wanted to come back, finish strong, kind of just cut the season in half at that point, and just look at it from where it was, and not really care about the past of it. So I think that game for me was like one that was, and also I had a ton of respect. That was, I think, for a team, honestly, I think that was the biggest thing. We had a couple wins, but you're going against the Chiefs, and that was just a great opportunity for us to, we had some good performances, we had some things. Now it's like, we know who they are. They only finished with one, still only have one loss, but only have one loss. Like, let's see where we really are and what we can do. And I think for us, exactly, like the opportunity to go up against the best, for us to be like, okay, no, we can, we got to make sure we're consistent. We're still growing, but like we can, it was just, we're here. We can compete a couple plays here and there, and obviously they're, they are who they are for a reason. But like we were there, and we got to keep building off of that. But it changing from like let's see to now we know what we're capable of. So I think for myself and for the team, that was probably a.
We had Adam Thielen shortly, and we talked about, I said, I want to know, does Bryce look at you in the huddle on the third down and got to have it in the fourth quarter or the fourth downs? Because he's going to you. And I said, to be very honest, we did that with Steve or Moose. Like, hey, I would call the play, and I'm giving that look. You're getting it. Like, and Adam did say, he goes, you saw that as the season went on with Bryce. He goes, because he had so much going on, but now you're starting to see, hey, Adam's like, trust me.
Yeah.
That's hard. Is that hard to do?
I think it is hard at first, because when you're trusting someone, that's your livelihood that you're putting in, and I think it was just being able to, at first, especially last year, you're still trying to figure things out. You don't know you don't know who's who, you don't know what's what. You're still trying to see how practice is going to translate to the game, and I have the utmost trust in all the receivers.
Right.
But, just Adam obviously being so consistent these last 2 years and knowing, you definitely start to see that, and you're like, oh, this isn't a coincidence. This isn't like and I think I always, the trust and the belief I had in him has been the same. It's never changed. I think it was just understand, all right, like a little bit of simplifying things. When you can trust something, you have a one-on-one, like if you have that, take, just the application of it. But the trust and belief was always there. Just, figuring out you got a guy that can win, and he's got a one-on-one, like, all right, just throw him the ball,
All right, being a running back, let's give some love to Chuba Hubbard here.
For sure.
How blessed is this organization to
Man.
have not just a great runner,
Man.
but a great guy?
Man, the thing, I think I've said it a couple of times, but, like, as much as I can say it, it's always an understatement. If you saw how hard he worked, what he put in from Sunday night, Sunday after the game, till Sunday morning, if you saw his routine and what he does and what he's been doing his whole career, but for the 2 years I've seen it and see it firsthand, it'll blow your mind. How late he's at the facility, how much he's studying film, what he does to take care of his body. Again, he doesn't leave after these games for hours, so he can get in the tubs. He could do, we've all played.
Yeah.
After the game, you're like, look, this has been a long week. We just played. I just want to go. We got to be back here tomorrow.
Yeah.
I want to go home. Chew. He's the last guy to leave, and he cares so much, and everyone sees it. He cares about the team, and he cares about the people on the team. He goes out of his way to have a relationship with everyone, to talk to everyone. After he got his extension, we're all excited. And he's like, dude, like it's Wednesday, bro. Like, lock in. Like, we got to win on Sunday, and we all trying to. First huddle walk through. We're all trying to make jokes.
Oh, he got that money.
Yeah,
now.
we're trying. Oh no, Chuba, you're out. You're not in the first. He's like, bro, I need to get this rep.
Yeah.
Like, all right, let's get this rep. Like, so, man, I'm so. That's my brother. I'm so grateful that he's on the team. That's my dog. Great dude. He's like, but yeah, there's so much, and that's nothing on the field. Like, on the field speaks for itself, but all this stuff off the field, like, that's my guy.
Dave Canales. Is he always that positive and happy?
He is, 100%. 100%.
That's like a match made in heaven. You know what I'm saying?
You're
because
so
you are
positive.
so positive.
Yeah.
And I love it because it's like this. When you hear about football coaches, You're not thinking about the guy that's like, all right, I had my coffee this morning, let's do this.
Yeah, 100%.
You're thinking about guys from Friday Night Lights, like Varsity Blues or something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just love it because we're doing it. You guys have been doing it in a way that's pleasing. You know what I'm saying? Pleasing to the fans, pleasing to parents. Like, if I had to point, a young kid to a player or a coach that's doing things the right way, it's you guys. You know what I'm saying? And I want to touch on something. I don't know if you've talked about it at all, but there was a game particularly where a guy got injured, and the TV copy had you for a quick second. You went into immediate prayer. I don't want to shine light on it for the sake of pumping this up for whatever reason, but more so, with God being the center of your life,
for sure.
That is such a huge component to your success as a human, whatever it is that you want to do, achieve in life. Like, if you were to give some advice to a young athlete coming out to the draft this year, what would that be?
I'd say in regards to what you were saying, I'd say just how I look at it is I'm a believer first. Mm-hmm. And before anything else, before a son, before an athlete, before a teammate, leader, I'm a believer. And nothing's going to supersede that. So, and there's never been a time, and I always embrace that, and there's never something that's never going to take away, in my opinion, from anything you're doing. It's that's the lens in which, guys, the lens in which I see all things. So if whatever it is, for me at least, I guess if anyone's listening, they can take it how they like, but I always let that lead my decision, how I act, my heart towards things. And I don't ever lose sight of that. And, again, it doesn't make you any less of a competitor. It doesn't take away from your work ethic, what you do. But that can just be kind of just the way you view things. And there's going to be a lot of things, obviously, just being in this profession and lifestyle or whatever that can kind of pull you away from that and make you, see things differently. But, I'm not perfect. No one's going to be perfect. But I think the more you can hold on to that you can keep that and make sure that nothing goes, supersedes that. That's at least how I choose to look at it.
You're established yourself, right? Have you and Coach Canales sat down yet or started talking about, hey, this is what I want to work on this offseason? What about can we kind of go in this avenue, these plays? I mean, has that those conversations, have they taken place?
Yeah, for sure. And I'm super grateful for Coach for making it, for having, just that open dialogue and making it a place where he wants to hear, hey, how did you feel about this? How do you like this? And, after the season, obviously there's those exit meetings where you all sit down and talk, and we're able to have, he's able to give us that space where we can be transparent. Hey, this is something I liked about, this is, plays I liked or didn't like. This is something operationally I liked and didn't like. Meaning-wise, how it went, liked and didn't like. And he wants to hear that feedback. And he's, he gives his opinions. Hey, I like this. And I'm the same way. I want to hear what he has to say. Again, it's a collaboration, of course.
Are you at that level with him yet? It's like, hey, I know you like this play. I'm not comfortable there. I mean, are you at that level yet?
Yeah, and he encourages that, again, which is, we've been around a ton of coaches. That's not everyone.
Right.
A lot of coaches, and I get it, but, a lot of coaches have that ego about, this is me, this is my play.
Correct.
I'm going to make it work, so you have to make it work. And he's, from day one, that was one of the things. He's like, hey, I always want you to voice your opinion about something. If it's something where we love and we have I want you to be open-minded to it, and we're going to rep it. But at the end of the day, I want to be able to call the plays you want to run, that you want to execute. And you know how important that is for our position. So for him being able to have that mindset, it's super helpful for me.
Well, we can't thank you enough for stopping by. We're huge fans. One, you as a person, but also as a player, because we get cut right now. We're bleeding Carolina blue, right? I mean, we love it, and I truly believe you saw something different in this team, especially at the end, the way it's gone, and this offseason draft, and looking forward to the 25 season. That's for sure.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, my man.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Keep it going, boy.
Yes, sir.